Won one booster pack in the first round, now we're looking to win a second one. And with this hand, it could possibly happen. I've got a pretty nice chief to the chief. Right there, we got two chiefs. I don't know if it's going to be too many chiefs. Keep. Yes, I have my mana. I have a pretty sweet curve. 2 into a 3, into a 4, into a 5. Alright. So, oh, we finally see the Raider spoils. Awesome. Okay. Planes into an F6. Do I have another mirror match? Yep, I got some junk going on. But I am the only one with the junk in the trunk, so take that. Alright, we get Chief the Edge, and hopefully he doesn't have a morph for me to bounce it off of, because I would hate to lose my Chief, and I would rather play the Horde Chief without getting the extra token than lose my Chief of the Edge. Yep, the Junk Mirror. He plays Mysterious Morph. Ooh. Okay, well, I'm gonna tap land. I think my best play here is what? Play my tap land now, I can Raider Spoils into Ivory Tusk. Or I can morph something into... Yeah, I think I want to morph something first, because then I get a better chance of the Horde Chief actually doing some work. So I'm going to start with just casting this guy face down. Maybe I'll run him into whatever that morph is next turn to get a Horde Chief and a tap land. Alright, so since he's playing junk, maybe you'll get an education on what you're actually supposed to draft with junk. Alright, so he debilitates my morph. Probably is going to hold his back. Yeah, okay. So I can as banner if I want to. See, that would take me from 4 to 1 to 2. And 2 does nothing right now. So it seems like it is much smarter to... Yeah, tap land into a Raider Spoil, I suppose. And next turn I can Ivory Tusk, which I can actually start to get through. And then play the Horde Chief, which will get a couple of Raider Spoils tokens. Is that what I should do? No, I should just play the Horde Chief now. Yeah, that's a shame, but... Okay. So I'll get my tap land in. Go all the way up to 21 life. And then just play this guy. So far I've not been great at triggering the raid on this. Morph's really holding me back. Okay, what do I have to compete with? Uh-oh. All 5 mana? Don't tell me he's got an elephant. He has a swarm of bloodflies. Whenever another creature dies, he gets a +1/+1 counter. Okay. Well, I get an Abzan charm. Had somebody correct me at the shop the other day who was a linguist. It is not Azban, which is easier to say, but Abzan, since the B comes first. Well, I can give myself some +1/+1 counters, which could really blow him out. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to swing into him and see if I can charm him. Also going to play Plains. So it's 3, 4, 5. I could play all of these and be efficient. So that is, well, if he doesn't block, then I'm going to want to play the Ivory Tusk. So, yeah. He's probably going to know that I have a trick when I go through, though. And I can't use the Abzan charm for anything else. Well, I could draw 2 cards and lose 2 life, but don't think that's where I want to be right now. I'm going to attack through and see if I can get him to fall for the combat trick. If I can, not only will it be a complete blowout on his creatures, the Ivory Tusk gets really good. Okay, so that's all he wants to do. So I'm going to charm. He'll do it like that. Yes, I want them split, just so they can each wear a counter. So it turns out that I should have used the banner. That's okay. This guy's going to end up going to a 3/3. But I'm alright with that. I got the 1-for-1 there, I got to distribute the counters, and now I will have a very nice Ivory Tusk. And I can probably even attack in with the Chief. I don't know if he would want to block with the Swarm of Bloodflies. Alright, beginning of combat. I assume he holds back. He's got 3 cards in hand and plenty of mana. So he's got something to do here. Okay. I also have something to do if I had played that Asban. Okay. Well, that punishes me, but I should get to that Rite of the Serpent. So if I play it now, I still have 3 mana, and 3 mana does nothing for me. So I can play the Ivory Tusk now. I kind of like to keep this on the table to get that Rite of the Serpent through, but it just seems like such a waste to play this banner and then get all the way around to the Serpent. But I think I'm going to do it and just play it really conservatively, which is annoying. But I don't want to lose this really good Chief, especially with the counter and everything. He's got to have that +3/+3 trick, so I'm not going to attack into a completely empty field of mana there. The turn, throttle. Okay, what's he throttling? The Chief? Yeah, that seems reasonable. I would throttle the Chief too. Okay, well at least it's just a 1-for-1. It does knock this down and grows that to a 4/4, but that's okay, because I'm going to get the right off of it. Alright, so is he going to start the aggression? Yeah. That is unfortunate. I was hoping he would hold that back for a blocker just to get blown out, but worse things have happened. Alright, one of his 3 cards is... I'm seeing some highlighting over here. Is he going to Murderous Cut? What's he got for me? 4/4 Trample. That's pretty good too. It's not as good as my Ivory Tusk. And a Morph. Okay. Well, I've still got plenty of life. This is better. I can also jam the Hate Blade. I think right now I just attack... Well, no, that's a 3/4, so that actually gets me nowhere. Okay, well I'm going to take down the 4/4 that's been getting so much work done. And just not do anything in particular, but sit back. Next turn I'll be able to finally get my Ivory Tusk down. Maybe I should have done that a while ago. I don't know. He's not going to do me a whole lot of good there with that Trampler. I don't want to block, so I get good synergy with the Ivory Tusk and the Raider's Spoils. So I'll probably just let him sail through. If he attacks with the Morph, I could block there. But he's got plenty of open mana to be able to unmorph whatever it would be. Alright, but he's going to do something pre-combat, so that'll be helpful. Got a Dragon Throne. So, equipped creature has Defender, and 2 other creatures you control get Trample and +X/+X, so other creatures will get +4/+4 and Trample. Okay. So, Dead Drop would be super good if I could cast it, can I? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It turns out I can cast it. Okay. I will target you, sir. Okay. There we go. Get the Blowout, and I might even get the Rage Quit. A huge dead drop. Okay, there's no better top deck for me in the world than that dead drop. And I don't even just mean like in my deck. I don't think there's a better Magic card that I could have drawn right there than dead drop. That is the stuff. Okay. So I get to whack him for 4, get him down to 12. And what am I dealing with here? 4, 5, 6 mana. So I can play Ivory Tusk and Hateblade. That looks like what I'll do. We'll start with the attack, and then get Tusk into Hateblade, and then get it over to Raider Spoils. I don't completely have the game run away with yet, so I can't just sit on the Ivory Tusk. It is not an option that I feel like I have at the moment. I do get to leave up the Death Touch on the Hateblade, although I can't really see a circumstance in which it would be a thing. Okay, so he scoops him up. He is playing Junk. He's got some pretty strong creatures here. Swarm of Bloodflies is really good. Okay, Debilitating Entry. So all these are fine. I would say that this is probably about an average deck, just from what I got to see out of it. It does have a pretty good artifact in there. So let's go to the sideboard. Probably help if I clicked Begin Sideboarding. Okay. I didn't really see anything that a race would deal that well with. Let's see. I worry that Savage Punch is not actually that good if I don't have Ferocious up, and I've got 1, 2. I kind of have some hope in getting Ferocious when that goes through. I don't really know what I would put up in place of them. Could be Roar of Challenge, just to pull guys off. Awaken the Bear would be another fine thing. I'm going to try that. I'm going to try to put in Awaken the Bear and take out a Savage Punch. And I'll leave it like that. I'll try one of each, and I'll submit the deck that way. Okay, here we go, round 2.